In honor of International Women's Day, it is important to reflect on the unique challenges that women face when it comes to money and business, and how these successful women are just killing it. On this Women's Day special, we bring you 6 successful women, 6 inspirational stories on Luxury Unplugged. Hi, this is Neeti Keswani, author of best-selling book Live Your Dreams, founder Plushing, and your host for Luxury Unplugged, where luxury meets spirituality. And on the occasion of International Women's Day, we have a special episode for you, where we will talk about 3 stories, 3 successful women, and 3 inspirational icons. They don't need any introduction, but I have these 6 special stories just for you. So let's get started. Now, while Prega's latest ad, #SheCanCarryBoth, are viral, we should celebrate all the amazing things that women can achieve, being all that she wants to be. She, of course, can carry it all. That is, if she wants to. So, what's holding women back from achieving their financial goals? We are covering in this podcast 3 aspects of what holds women back through 3 case studies of successful women who have faced and overcome those challenges by embracing their divine feminine. But before that, let's cover the lesser known 3 heroes, 3 stories who also have achieved their financial goals. But how did they do that? Let's find out now. And for that, we will come across a term called divine feminine. Are you aware of it? What is divine feminine? How to empower yourself using the divine feminine way. Let's explore it. Okay, so one of the aspects that women struggle with mostly is that accepting themselves. Start by accepting yourself just as you are. Be you. Karen, an entrepreneur and mother of 2, struggled for years with the feeling that she wasn't good enough. Now, this led her to play small in her business, not charging what she was worth, and not putting herself out there. It wasn't until she began to embrace her divine feminine energy that she was able to start charging what she was worth and attract more clients. So how can you empower yourself the divine feminine way? By accepting yourself. Start there. You don't have to be perfect in all aspects to be successful. And I'll get there in a minute by showcasing our other 3 examples. But for now, understand this particular case study that we brought out for you. So Karen created a vision for her life and business, and that helped her stay focused on her goals. She made time for herself and did things that made her feel good, and this way she stayed positive and motivated, bringing in more energy to her business. And hence, when energy starts flowing towards your business, you start expanding it, you start growing it, it becomes automatic. So, if you want to understand how energy impacts your business, you can look up my other podcast on this particular subject. Okay, the next part is reacting to people. Reacting to people, I know. So when Jocelyn first started her business, she was very reactive to the people around her. She would take their comments and feedback to heart, and that would affect her work, her business decisions. And over time, she learned that this was not helpful. She needed to focus on her own goals and her own vision. And she had to embrace her divine feminine. And how did she do that? By tuning out the negative noise. This made her focus better. And it resulted in making her more successful. So how can you stop reacting to people? How can you do it for yourself? Because if your energy is not diluted, it is focused. And when it is focused, you have clarity while you're working. You are in your vision state. So, what to do? Start by setting boundaries. Decide what is and isn't acceptable to you and stick to them. Understand your values. Stand up for them. Don't let others influence your decisions. Because how can you do it unless and until you have your own boundaries clearly demarcated? To become more successful, make time for yourself. Do things that make you feel good. This will help you stay positive and motivated. And you would have embraced your divine feminine in some way. The third aspect, which I feel a lot of women work around with, but really sort of struggle with, is about taking risks. Now, when Anne started her business, she was very hesitant to take risks. She wanted to make sure that she was doing everything perfectly and that she wasn't risking it too much. This led her to play small and not take the chances that could have led to her success. It wasn't until she began to embrace the divine feminine energy that she started taking risks, and this led to her success. So how can you embrace your risk-taking abilities the divine feminine way? By being flexible, by being willing to change course if necessary, by trusting your intuition and going with your gut feeling. When you embrace your femininity and use the power of the divine feminine, anything is possible. So go out there and you can do it all. So there are many ways to empower yourself to embrace your divine feminine way. And if you really love this topic, I can make another podcast episode on that. So do leave your comments, your thoughts on this. Give me ideas. Let me know what inspires you, what makes you feel empowered. The details are in the description. So before we move on to the next set of our 3 very successful women who have inspired us, most of us, in some aspect of our lives, I'd like to understand from you that out of the people that I have just spoken about, Karen, Jocelyn and Anne, whom do you relate to most? Do you feel accepting yourself a struggle? And do you think that is the thing that is standing between you and your success? Or is it Jocelyn? Because you want to stop reacting to people and just embrace what is yours and leave the rest out? Or do you sort of identify yourself with Anne and you wish to embrace the risk-taking divine feminine energy? Do let me know. Now, in this episode of Luxury Unplugged, we are talking about 3 inspiring women. Because we want to share stories of people who can transform your life and make your current challenge a little less challenging. You know what I mean. Because we believe in the fact that stories that touch some strings in our heart live forever. By the way, this is the quote from my best-selling book, Live Your Dreams. So, coming up, first is J.K. Rowling, my all-time favorite. Who isn't a fan of the beautifully written, world-famous Harry Potter series? These books took us to the magical journey of a whole different world. But her own journey has not been less magical. She got an idea to write Harry Potter in 1990. Before she completed the 4th chapter, her mother died. Then she moved to Portugal, taught English, got married, but within 1 year she filed for divorce. Being jobless, divorced, and A single mom, she was in deep depression and even considered committing suicide. But her motherhood kept her from taking this drastic step. She finished writing Harry Potter in 1995, but had no money to publish the book. And so she approached multiple publications, but then faced a multitude of rejections. In June 1997, Bloomsbury published Philosopher's Stone with an initial print run of 500 copies. By 2013, 500 million copies of Harry Potter sold worldwide, and it got translated into 73 languages. So from depressive state, she became a billionaire author. What a magical story. Lessons for all of us? Well, the most important lesson that J.K. Rowling has to offer is the value of perseverance, effort, and action on one's goals. No matter what, no matter how long it takes for you to figure it out, you will get there in the end. You must have faith in your objectives and persevere every day. Although her story is magical, but there is no magical pill for success. Next up is another favorite of mine, that is Meryl Streep. Now I'm truly in awe of this beautiful, versatile actress who seems to be the character and does it so well that it becomes larger than life. Whether it is her role in Mamma Mia or the most iconic performance as Miranda Priestley of Devil Wears Prada, she is one of my all-time favorites. She acquired her fan base with her tireless work throughout the long term. She carved her name as an outstanding entertainer. Meryl is considered as probably the best entertainer to effortlessly create on-screen drama. She has received 17 Academy Award designations and she has won 3 out of them. She additionally has gotten 27 Golden Globe selections, out of which she has won 8. She balances her professional life with a successful private one as well. She's the mother of 4 children and got married to Don Gummer in 1978. Now, no matter how many awards she has won till now, no matter how many roles she takes on, Meryl Streep never loses sight of the fact that her work is just that. Her work. Lessons for all of us? Well, Meryl Streep is a perfect example that with enough hard work and dedication, anyone can achieve great things. And you must never rest on your laurels. Her most famous quote is, "I'm curious about other people. That's the essence of my acting. I'm interested in what it would be like to be you." How interesting is that, and how well it is serving her. Meryl Streep's story is one of enduring dedication and hard work. She is an excellent example that success takes time and consistent effort. And once you achieve a level of success, it is important to maintain that work ethic and continue to strive for greater excellence. In her own words, she says, "All an actor has is their blind faith that they are who they say they are today in any scene." Wow. She is an all-time inspiration. Next up, we have Deepika Padukone. She needs no introduction. One of the highest paid actors in the Indian film industry, Deepika Padukone's journey to success has inspired millions of her fans across the globe. From changing careers to overcoming depression, the actor has narrated her journey to stardom on several occasions. But what you might not know is that she always had this in the back of her mind that she will be on screen someday. So she started off with something she was sure of, and that was modeling. She loved being in front of the camera, pursued this passion and got huge success in that. Soon she started getting modeling assignments. Even her first film also happened because she was spotted in a commercial. In one of her interviews, she said that she was presented beautifully right from her first film, almost pampered by the industry veterans and sort of shown the path ahead. Her life story so far feels like a dream. But who says it has to necessarily be a story of struggles to make it a successful one? She's very focused, very passionate about what she wants to do, and seems overnight she had wings to fly. But the coolest thing about her is that she does not take success for granted. She gets amazing movies, but it is through her perseverance, her calm and composure, her ease to be herself on camera. She, in her own words, says that she does not worry about the end result, or worry about anything for that matter. She stopped worrying about what people might say or feel or think about her next moves long back. She just works on her craft apart from playing her part well. She's very comfortable in her skin, her aspirations, her feelings, the way she is and what she demands from life. She just tends to enjoy herself completely like a free spirit. She seems to not take any pressures, any burdens about what will be. And of course, she has an amazing support system around her from her close ones that has seen her soar. Her mantra for life seems, do your part, enjoy it well while doing it, and just take it as it comes, and everything else will follow. In fact, she totally believes in the quote from her first film, if you really, really want something in life, you send that message out in the universe, and it all happens. Now, she has been so confident about herself that she never worries or thinks on what next because it just seems to keep popping up for her. All she does is set her intention on the fact that she does everything with a certain purpose. Some intention of keen interest, some intention of transformation, larger good for the mankind, beliefs or ideas that she's transforming somebody's life in the world. She's influencing people towards positivity. It seems that this thought process of hers is working out well for her. And therefore, that's the lesson from her life. Now, these women that represent a small sapling of many great women in the business and entertainment world, these are the mega influentials. But the one common thread among these stories of success that I just shared with you is that these women have defined success on their own terms. They were not afraid to blaze their own trails and chart their own courses. They refused to give up on their dreams even in the face of disappointment. They worked hard and stayed focused on their goals. And lastly, they enjoyed themselves along the way. Not waiting for the prize only, but along the way. So with International Women's Day around the corner, it is a good time for all of us to reflect on what we can learn from the successes of these inspiring women. Let us all make a promise to blaze our own paths, chart our own courses, to refuse to give up on our ambitions, and to work hard, stay focused on our objectives. And most importantly, let's have fun while doing it. And this very thought is nothing less than luxury for some of us. On this note, signing off, this is Neeti Keswani for Luxury Unplugged, where luxury meets spirituality.